So with so much dating advice on the internet, it can get pretty confusing to know what to do. Because one person might be telling you that dating is over. However, the very next person might be claiming that thanks to the dating apps, dating is easier than ever. Now, I can imagine that when most of you hear all these contradictions, you might get paralyzed and end up not dating at all. And that's the last thing I want to happen. And that's why in today's video, I'm going to clear things up for you by giving you the 6 best dating tips all men should know about. And coming in at number 1, never date single mothers. So you might be thinking, what does this guy have against single mothers? Well, it's not that I have anything against them, but from what I've seen, relationships with single mothers usually end up not working. And there are a few reasons why. Firstly, there is the attention problem. Now, you have to understand that a woman's child is her number 1 priority, and there's nothing wrong about that. But for you as her partner, this means that you'll often find yourself competing with her child for her attention. So there are going to be many interrupted date nights, and your intimate moments are going to be put on hold. Secondly, there is a lot of potential of unnecessary drama. I mean, she could possibly have a toxic ex who will try to make your life difficult, or her child could be telling you that you're not his father. And I mean, life is tough even when you're single. So why would you want to add all this unnecessary stress into your life? And lastly, you're going to be wasting your resources. I mean, let's be honest. Raising a child is not a cheap and easy task. And when you're with a single mother, you're putting your resources into a child that's not even yours. Now, some of you might be okay with this, but I definitely wouldn't, because you could be investing all of your resources into this mother and her child for months. But if the relationship ends up not working out, you'll be left with nothing, because the kid isn't even yours and the mother will easily move on. Number 2, get off the dating apps. So because dating apps are more popular than ever, you might think that it absolutely makes sense to get on them as well. But you definitely shouldn't. And the first reason why is because there's too much competition. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen the average woman's experience on dating apps, but it's insane. And that's because almost all women get thousands of matches within the first 24 hours. And because they can choose from so many men, they only go for the top 1% of men, and the rest is invisible to them. The second reason is that dating apps don't teach you anything. And I mean, just think about it. Most men have wasted hundreds of hours and even their money on dating apps. But because they have never stepped out of their house and never met any women, they don't even know how to talk to them. And it's all because they got stuck on dating apps. So please, if you're on dating apps and you're getting no results, just delete them. Number 3, never listen to women's dating advice. So I get it. You might think that because they're women, they should know about how other women's minds work and what they want. But unfortunately, women usually have no clue, and as a result, they are giving the worst dating advice. And I mean, just think about this. How many times have you heard a woman say that women love the nice guys, only to later find out that they actually friend zone them, and then they date the bad boys, who are often anything but nice? Pretty frustrating, right? And believe me, it's only gonna get worse if you keep listening to them. So stop. Number 4, only go for women who are into you. So I've seen countless cases where a man was chasing a woman who barely even knew he existed. You know, he would call her every day, buy her flowers every week, and even send her love letters in an effort to win her over. And what did the man get in the end? Absolutely nothing. Now here's the interesting part. The men these women were actually dating put in far less effort. But why did the women choose these guys? Well, simply because they were attracted to them. And that's the point. When a woman is into you, she is going to make it very easy for you to seduce her. And these are the women you want, not the ones who ignore your calls and keep you in the friend zone. Number 5, don't rely on fate. So a lot of men have this idea that all they have to do in order to meet their dream woman is to just sit back and wait for the universe to bring them that woman. Now, even though it sounds fantastic, in reality, it just doesn't happen. And I mean, just think about it. How many men who are stuck in their basements 24/7 have a chance of meeting the woman of their dreams? 0, right? In other words, these men will be single forever unless they create opportunities for themselves to meet women. And so do you. And you can do that by, for example, joining a gym, attending public events, or by approaching random women on the street. These activities will not only increase the odds of you meeting someone you will like and who will like you, but they will also give you some valuable experience regarding women, which you can later use to attract even better women. Now, before we get to the last tip, please make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on any amazing future videos. Anyways, back to the video. And so, number 6, do some looks maxing. So I want you to look at this man for a moment and tell me what he could do to become more attractive. So right away, he should definitely lose some weight and get a better haircut. Now this right here is the same man, but this time he lost some weight and got himself a haircut. And right away, you can notice that he went from being like a 4 out of 10 to maybe a 6. And the best thing about this, You can have a transformation like this too. And all you need to do to get going is to analyze yourself and realize your shortcomings. And look, man, if you're going to be able to bump your attractiveness score up by 1 or 2 points, you will have way more women to choose from. Because after all, the number one thing which decides if a woman is into you or not are your looks. But there are still more things which attract women. And that's why you should check out this video next, where I talk about 7 things that will make you more attractive to women.